Hello everyone, Rich here, back for part 2 of this RMS Empress of France tutorial. Today's focus will be the ship's main hull, which I would say is the white part of the ship, but most of the ship is white. But the main hull, front and back, and also a couple of decks of the ship's superstructure. So yeah, it's going to be a fairly big build, this one. Well, it's a fairly big part anyway, so yeah, we're going to focus on the ship's hull first, and we're going to try and incorporate the green line as well. I'll do probably the green line on section 0, and then we'll go from there. So what we'll do, we'll move on to the ship, the front of the ship now, and I've already added the signs. So on the top of the green stripe, you're just going to add the signs like we've done on the previous part. So 0 to 20 out each side, 0 to 20 that way, 0 to 20 that way. Just add the signs from the back as well, and this will make life a little bit easier when we're building. So we'll start at section 0 for the front of the ship, and for the very front of the ship you're going to build up in white, straight up 19. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Like that. And then the green line goes on the 7th block below. So I'll probably do the first couple, and then we'll go the rest of the time we'll just add the rest of it all in white. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7th block down. Add the green stripe. That's where the green stripe will go. So you can either add this as you're building, or add the green stripe afterwards. But it's up to you. I'll probably do it as I'm going along. We'll see. Anyway, that was section 0. So we move on to section 1. For section 1, we want to go up 7. So up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. And you can add the green line again. And then on to number 2, section 2. Section 2 we want up 2, up 1, 2, and then up 3 rows of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and then I had to think for a minute then. And then green line once again. So there we go, that's section 2 done. And now we move on to section 3. And for section 3 in white again we want to go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 4 rows of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And then add the green stripe again. There we go. Now the hull, as we build it along, will drop down in height a couple of times as we're going along. That's just the way the design is. So that was section 3. Now on to section 4. Section 4 we want to go up 3. 1, 2, 3, and then up 3 rows of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 1, 2, and then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's dropped down in height already. And then add the green stripe in there like that. There we go. Now move on to number 5. Section 5 we go forward 2, so forward 1, 2 like that. Then up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 3 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 2 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And then we add the green stripe again. So 2 blocks for the green stripe. So 1, 2, there like that. So that was section 5. And now we're on to section 6. And for section 6 we want up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 3 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then forward 2, 1, 2, and then forward 2 again, 1, 2, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3 like that. So the ship is starting to curve forward again. And then green stripe underneath again in this section, level with the rest of the green. 1, 2. So there you go. As long as you got all the green stripe level, that's how it should be. There's no shear to this ship, so that's how that is. Now we're on to section 7. Section 7 we want forward 2, 1, 2, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and then up 4 rows of 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then forward 2, 1, 2, forward 2 rows of 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2 like that. And that drops down in height again, like that. And then we can add 3 blocks of green, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go, replacing those 3 blocks. I think that might be a bit tight there actually. So that was section 7. Let me just go and check to make sure that was okay. So that was section 7 on that. Section 7. I just want to make sure the sections are not too tightly packed together, because there are always errors when I'm building these things. That's section 7, 6, 7, that's 7. Let's go up to the green. And I think there may be a bit of a boo-boo. But I'll check it. I'll just go back and check again, make sure it's all fine. Yeah, I think there's a bit of a boo-boo there. So what I'll do a quick jump cut, and then we'll come back to this one. So that's section 6 and 7 with maybe a bit of a change, so back in a moment. Okay, back again. So I found what the boo-boo was, and I boo-booed on section 6. So what we're going to do, go back to section 6 and remove that, because I've written down how it's meant to be, or at least a bit of improv anyway. So I remove section 6. Section 7's fine, just remove section 6. This is another one of my common boo-boos that I have done. So there we go. Right, so section 6 is now removed. Now for section 6, go back down to it, and what we're going to do is we want to build up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. And then we want to go up 6 rows of 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. So that should fix that problem there. So that's section 6 done. And I'll just replace the green line as well. There we go. Alright, so section 6 is sorted to a degree, right? That's that done. So now what we're going to do, section 7 is done, so now we move on to number 8. Apologies for all the scrups. Okay, so for section 8, what we want to do now is go forward 2, 1, 2, and then up 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 6 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then forward 2, 1, 2, and then forward 3 rows of 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, like that. There we go. So that's section 8, and then we'll put the green line in there like that. There we go. So that's section 8. There's a few niggles there which we might be able to sort out, but it don't look too bad. Once it's full filled in, it should look okay, but it just looks a bit sort of close together at the moment, but that'll be fine. Like I say, you can adjust it once it's all done. Anyway, now we move on to number 9, and hopefully there won't be any more scraps as we go along. Really should do rehearsals first. Anyway, section 9, we want forward 2, 1, 2, and up 2, 1, 2, up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 7 rows of 2, so up 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I just count that to make sure it's 7, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 rows of 2, that's fine. And then we want forward 2, 1, 2, and then forward 3, 1, 2, 3, and then forward 2 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, like that. There we go. So that's like the one there. And then we'll add the green line again, so replace 3 blocks here, 1, 2, 3. There we go. So the green line is even all the way along, that's fine. Now we move on to number 10. Number 10, number 10, number 10. And for number 10, we want up 2, 1, 2, up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 8 rows of 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. And then forward 2, 1, 2, forward 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and then up forward 2, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2. There we go. Nearly made a mistake then. There we go. So that was section 10. Then we just add the green line. So 1, 2, 3, like that. There we go. So that's the green added there. Section 10 done. And now we move on to section 11. So we're onto the halfway point now. So section 11, we want up 2, 1, 2, up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 8 rows of 2 again. So up 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So there's 8 rows of 2 like that. Forward 2, 1, 2, forward 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 1, like that. There you go. So that was section 11. Now we're on to number 13. No, number 12, sorry. 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. Getting the messages wrong. Right, for section 12, we want up 2 rows of 3. So up 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Until I'm getting frustrated now. So it's 2 rows of 3, and then up 7 rows of 2. So we want up 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So 7 rows of 2. Forward 2, 1, 2. Forward 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like that, and there we go. That's section 12 done. And I forgot to put the green line in for the previous 2 rows, so I put the green line in as well for there and there. So there we go. So there's green line there, and then we'll carry on to section 13, which I kept getting wrong. Section 13. We want forward 2, 1, 2, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and then up 6 rows of 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, then like that, and then forward 2, 1, 2, forward 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then forward 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. So that was section 13, and then we'll add the green line, which is a line of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Green stripe added there. Now we're on to number 14. Got itchy wrist right now. Right. So for section 14, we want forward 2. So forward 1, 2, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and then 6 rows of 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I just double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's fine. And then forward 2, 1, 2, forward 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, forward 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 rows of 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. There we go. And then the green stripe as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So that was that one like that. Now we move on to number 15. And number 15 we want forward 2. I've got a really itchy wrist right now. Okay, forward 2, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 1, 2, and then up 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 5 rows of 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There's 5 rows of 2 like that. And then we want forward 2, 1, 2, forward 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then forward 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. There we go. And then the green line again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. So there's the green stripe added there. It's not looking too bad. Right. Okay. Now we move on to number 16. Onto the home stretch now. Ow. And for number 16, we want forward 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, and then up 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 5 rows of 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, forward 2, 1, 2, and then forward 2 rows of 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 rows of 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. Yeah, and then the green stripe again. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. So that's that. A little bit done like that. Marvelous. Now we move on to number 17. And for number 17, we want up 2, 1, 2, and then up 3 rows of 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 9 rows of 2. So up 1. That's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2, like that. There we are. That's 9 rows of 2. And then the green stripe again, keeping it level with the rest. Green, green there. So there we are. So it was up. So it was up 2, 3, 3, and then I'll just recap this. It was up 2, 3, 3, 3, and then 9 rows of 2. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's good, 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 good. Okay, that was 17. Now we move on to number 18. And for number 18, My notes have just fallen off. No. Okay, for number 18, we want forward 2, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, and then up 5 rows of 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. And then up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the beginning of the ship's superstructure, sort of. So there we are, that's that. And then we'll add the green stripe again, which I believe is the bottom of the 5. There, like so. There we go. And now we move on to number 19. And for number 19, we want... Oh, damn it. The notes have fallen off. Anyway, for number 19, we want up 2, 1, 2. And then up 2 rows of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like that. And then we're going to curve back again. So behind the row of the 7, behind it, we're going to go up 3 rows of 2. So up 2, 2, 2, like that. So you see it curves forward, up, and then curves back. So that's how that section 19 goes, like that. And then once again we'll add the green stripe, which goes on the second block of the 7, like that. There we go. So there's our stripe added there. And then we'll move on to section 20. And for section 20 we want up 2, 1, 2. Then up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then up 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there we go. And maybe 1 block short, but I think we'll leave it at that. Up 10, so it's 2, 5, 6, 10. 2, 5, 6, 10. We'll leave it at that. So that's all 20 sections of the bow done. So just quickly add the green stripe to that one. But these last 2 sections are the base of what will be the beginning of the superstructure. So those are the outside edges. So there we go. So that's the front portion done. That's one side of the front done anyway, because like I say, I normally do one side, working on the left. So that's the front half done. Just look at it from the front, give us sort of an idea how much of a curve we got there. A little bit of a ship's curve, not too bad. So what we'll do now, we'll go on the inside like we did with the red. Just go on the inside and just start filling in all the gaps. Not the most fun job, but it's a thing. And that's one done. I'll do a couple and then we'll move on. That's that one there. Do another couple. Why not? And one more. There we are. So there's the first few done. And it should start to look something like that. You can sort of see. But anyway, when you're done, it should look like that one over there. So what I'll do now, I'll do a quick jump cut while I fill in the rest of this, and then we'll move on to the other side. And then well, I'll do a jump cut, like I say, fill this in, and then copy it to the other side. And then we'll move on to the back end of the ship. And we'll go from there. So I shall return in just a moment. Okay, back again. So there's the hull all filled in, and it should look something like that. All nicely detailed and curvy and all things like that. And I've also done the other side as well, so it should all look something like that. Marvellous and beautiful. And then a look on the inside as well. Not that important. Right, so a little thing that I've got, we've got to change. It's not a big deal, but it's just a small change. Section 20 at the very top, we're going to add 1 extra block. So section 20 here, just add 1 block there, and then add a line of blocks to build it to the same height as section 19. So just basically this section in between 19 and 20, just build that up 1 height like that, so it's all flat. Because if you look at it how it is on the other side, it's 1 block at the front, and then the rest of it is 1 block lower. So I just increase that by 1 at the back end there, so build that 1 up high, and there we go there. So originally this section, last section of section 20 is up here, would have been 10, but now it's 11 high, so I just increased that in height, so that's all fine like that. Okay, so that's the front half done. So what we'll do now, I'll move to the back half and do the same process again, and I'm doing this on a bloody heat wave and I'm hot as hell, but never mind, we shall persevere. Okay, back down to section 0. I'm going to work on one side again as per usual, and back down to section 0. And for section 0 in white, we're going to go forward 2. No, hang on, not forward. We go up 2. So go up 1, 2, and then up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. like that, and then the green line, one down from the top, and there you go. So there's the green, and there we are. So that was section 0. Now move on to number 1, and for section 1 we want forward 2, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, and then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the green line, same place again. There we go. And then down to section 2. Section 2 we want forward 2 rows of 2, so forward 2 and 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, and then up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then on the inside forward up 2, 1, 2, like that. There we go. And then the green line at the bottom again, so just underneath the top like that. There we go. Green line in like that. Green line in like that. There we go. On to section 3, and for section 3 we want forward 2, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3, up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then on the inside up 2, 1, 2, like that. And then same again, green just underneath the top like that. There we go. So that was section 3. Now move on to number 4. And for section 4 we're going to go forward 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, up 3 rows of 4, so up 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the inside up 3, 1, 2, 3, like that, and then again underneath the green line like so. There we go. And as we go along, I don't know if I explained this, but as we go along, we're at a certain height just now, just above the green line, but as we go further back, the hull will rise up by a couple of blocks each time. Part of the superstructure there. It rises up 2 decks as we go along. Right, so what we're going to do now, move on to section 5. This one. Just get my notes ready, hang on. Section 5, we want up 2, 1, 2, and then up 2 rows of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then that 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and then on the inside up 3, 1, 2, 3, like that, and then again green block there like so. There we are. So the hull is taking shape. It looks a bit weird at the moment, but there we go. And hopefully I managed to do all this hopefully without screwing it up this time, but we'll wait to see. Right, section 6 we want up 2, so up 1, 2. And then up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 2 rows of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, like that, and then a green block underneath like that. There we go. So that's that done like that, and now move on to number 7. Section 7 we want up 2, 1, 2, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 3 rows of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2, 1, 2, like that, and then the green one down from the top, so 2 blocks like that. There we go. So that's the green there again, and then we move on to number 8. Number 8 we want forward 2 rows of 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, and then up 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 2 rows of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 like that. There we go. And then again green line underneath. Yeah, looking alright. Right, now move on to number 9, and now we're part way there. Okay, so for number 9 we want forward 3 rows of 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, up 3 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 like that, and then the green again like that. There we go. So it's all taking shape. Now we're on to number 10. So halfway mark 10 we want forward 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, up 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 like that. There we go, and then a little detail on that. There we go, so that's that bit done, and now move on to number 11. Section 11 we want forward 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, and then up 3 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, like that. And then the green line underneath, like so. Marvellous. Right, now move on to number 12. Now for number 12 we want forward 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, up 3 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, like that, there we go, and then the green bit under there like that, there we go. Marvellous. Right, now move on to number 13. 13 we want forward 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 rows of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, and then up 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, like that, and then the green block underneath, there we go. So if you can see from the section 13 is actually getting very curvy, and that's fine. Gets one sort of straight at the back, then it sort of gets curvy as we go along, so that's how it's meant to be. Kind of like a bowl shape. Anyway, on to section 14 now. For section 14 we want forward 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 rows of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 rows of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, up 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, like that, and then add the green block underneath. And then before we move on, we're going to go back behind that row of 2 at the top, so behind the green block and then the 2 blocks on top of that. What we're going to do is we're going to build back 3, or forward 3, so 1, 2, 3, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3, because that makes the area for the superstructure there. So that's how that should be there. This is the first race section of the superstructure, so that's fine. So now we're going to build up to the height of that top block there, so that's that. Now we move on to section whatever, 15 is it? Yep, section 15. Section 15 we want forward 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 4 rows of 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, and then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 3, 1, 2, 3, there we go. And then the green block, put it in the same place as the rest. You've got to keep it in line, so we're down further than the previous, but the green line stays in the same place. As long as it's even all the way along, you're fine. So there we go, so just copy it from the previous row, just as long as you've got that green block in the same place. Okay, so now we move on to section 16. Section 16 we want forward 2 rows of 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 3 rows of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And then the green block and the same as the previous down there. There we go. That's fine. So that was section 16. Now we move on to number 18. No, 17, sorry. Getting too far ahead of myself. So for number 17 we want 4 rows of 6 forward. So forward 4 rows of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 2 rows of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, up 3, 1, 2, 3, and up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go, and then the green line underneath. And there we go, so that was section 17. Now for section 18 we're going to go up again for the height of the superstructure, so we'll just move on to number 18 quickly, which is this one here. And so for number 18 we want to go forward 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 rows of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 rows of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 rows of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then put the green block in the same place as before, like so. And then for the top of 18, what we need to do then, excuse me, is go from the top block, go forward 3, 1, 2, 3, like that, and then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, and then that's the height of our superstructure, like so. Marvellous. And now move on to number 19. And for number 19 we want, hang on, I'll get my notes all mixed up here. Okay, for number 19 we want forward 2 rows of 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 rows of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then up 2, 1, 2, up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm not sure how high this goes. I've not screwed up, I've just left out a line of detail, so I'm just going to go over to the prototype here because I have, it's not screwed up, I just left out a line. So the last bit was up 4, wasn't it? So from 19 it was from that row of 3, and then it was up 1, 2, 3, 4. It should go up 5, 6, 7, 8. So it should go up to 8. There we go. So we're going to add another 4 on top of that. So it's up 3 and then up 8. So there we go. That's what I screwed up on. Well, missed out on. So it's up 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. So that's the same height as the previous row. Because I forgot about this section here. That's why I screwed up the notes. Anyway, back to the green line. Add that. And there we go. So the ship gets taller as we go along, as you can tell. But yeah, it's a bit of a confusing one. And now I need to do the same for section 20. I'll probably have to go over and measure that as well again. But we'll see. Now for section 20 we want forward 3 rows of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, up 2, 1, 2, up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then make it up to 10. So 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. And that's fine. So it was 6 and then made up to 10. So there we go. And then we just add the green line in the same place. Can't quite see where it goes in that block there. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. So yeah, so that last row of 6, just increase that to 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. So that should be the same height as the previous row, and the same height as the front row as well, or the last row of 20 on the front half there. So there's all 20 rows done, and it should look something like that. And then when you look at it from other angles, it should look something like that. So that's from how it looks from the back end. So what we need to do now, like we did on the previous row, just go on the inside and start filling in all the gaps. It's just a very boring job, but it has to be done. I'll do the first few rows, get it out of the way. And the green line, don't forget that. And the green again, and the line. I'll do one more row, why not? And then the green. There we go. So there we go. That's the first few rows done. And it should start to look something like that. So what I'll do now, I'll fill in the rest of the gaps, and what I'll do as well, like I did with the red, I'll fill in the gap between section 20 on the front and section 20 on the back with this big white wall with a green stripe, and that'll all be filled in. That's basically if you look on the prototype, you can see where the crosshairs are. That's that whole section there that'll be filled in, and then we can move on from there. So I shall do that. I'll do the other side as well, and I shall return in just a moment. So back in a moment. Okay, back again. So there's the hull all filled in, and it should look something like that. So we've got the big side panel done as well, so the whole white side is done with the green line. and it should all look something like that. So that's the hull complete. I've also done the other side as well, of course, so that's the full hull all done. And it don't look too bad. So if you look at it straight on from the back, it should sort of look like that. Nothing special, but I'll tell you what, the hulls look better in black in my opinion. Anyway, that's that all done. What we're going to do now is go on the inside of the back end. Now we're going to add a deck. Now it's optional what you want to do with this one. Personally, I'll add the deck. Well, if it was me, personally, I'd just add the decks to the dimensions that I'm doing right now, just to get this part of the build out of the way, and then extend the deck later on. So it's up to you. So right at the back, the centre line of the back of the ship, on the green line, we're going to build wood blocks, 42 blocks long forward. So 42 long. So that's the first block there. And I'll measure as I go along. So that's the first block. I want to build it 42 forward from the green line at the back, at the very back. So 42 is what we want. How far is that? That's 49. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how far you go, actually. Like I say, it's going to be extended to full length anyway. So build it 40 something, 50, whichever you want to go. 49 will do. And then just build out to the side. And then what you want to do now, in this whole area, is you want to fill all this in with wood. So what I'll do, I'll try and find somewhere to stand, because that's always helpful. So I shall stand on this block here and just use the fill tool to fill in the deck. So fill wood by 200. That should fill in this area. That does. And do the same the other side. I'm just using welded for this one just to save a bit of time. And there's the other side done like that. And there we go. There's that part of the deck done. Like I said, there the deck will be extended all the way to the front, but I'll do that at a later time. Probably between the jump cuts. But anyway, there's the deck that we require. So we're going to add some inside walls now. So go back to the centre of the ship at the back. And on the wood at the very back, we're going to count back or forward. I'm going to just check the prototype. I think we're okay. So from the very back end, we're going to go from the centre block here. We're going to count back, or forward rather, to the 10th block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we put our centre block there like that. So that's that centre section done. And then we want to build the wall at the back here 5 wide. So 2 either side like that. And then forward, you want to build forward and outwards. You want to build forward 2, so 1, 2 like that. This is the same on both sides, so 2, and then 3 rows of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 rows of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then out 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. And there we go. There's that section done like that. Do the same on the other side. So it's 2 and then 4, 4, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 5, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then out 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. And there we go. There's our inside wall foundations done like that. And you just want to increase those to 3 blocks high now. So just build them 3 high. I'll do one side. Then I'll copy it across in a minute, so just build it 3 high, and then we'll add some doors and windows to this bit as well. Just to save a little bit of time, I'll just do the one side like I'm saying. If you don't like me using welded it, then I'm sorry, it's just something I have to do. I do use it as sparingly as possible, but there you go. Anyway, there's the walls added there, and they're now 3 blocks high. Like I said, do the same the other side, so make sure that's all 3 blocks high as well. And then on this wall here at the back where it goes out 5, we're going to add a pair of doors onto that. Like so. And then what we're going to do is add doors, well, doors and windows, mainly windows all the way down the side. So I put our first window in like that. And then I'd say leave 2 block, put up a 2 block gap between each window. All the way back round to the very back. So just keep going. Like so. And there we go. So that's down to the back, and then on the back wall here we just put, no, not sign, or doors. Put a door there. And a door there. There we go. So there's the back wall. And the side wall's already done with all the windows like that. So what I'll do now, quickly copy that to the other side. Got one side done, just want to do the same the other side. So quickly copy, flip to the right, and paste. Like so. And there we go, both sides done. and that don't look too bad. So that's the inside walls. There will be a deck that goes on top of these in a minute, so the deck will sit on top of the walls like that. So we're just going to focus on the next part now. So back out to the outside now. So from you got this very back of the ship has got this area which is just 1 block above the green, and it goes to 4 blocks above the green. So we'll get back to where the height of the white increases above the green, basically this point here, and we're going to extend the overhang out to the back, or down to the back. So from this block here we're going to build back 4, 1 2 3 4 like that, and then we want 3 rows of 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 3 rows of 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, and then 3 rows of 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, and then 4 rows of 2, 1 2 1 2 1 2, and 1 2. So it's 4 rows of 2. So it's 1 2 3 4. Yep, and then a centre block in the middle, bonk, like that. Done. And then we do the same on the other side. I'll do that freehand as well. So we want 4, 1 2 3 4, 5 5 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 4 4 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 3 3 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, 4 rows of 2, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. There we go, up to the centre like so, and it should look something like that. Marvellous. So that's that little job done there. And then what we can do now is start adding the deck. So like I said, this deck down here on the actual green line, you can extend this now all the way to the front of the ship. This may take a while, but you can do that one. And then the next deck above that one goes from the very back end of the ship here. So this goes from the centre block of the overhang here, and just start filling in the wood deck in that area as well. And this will take the deck all the way from the back all the way to the front of the ship. This will be the forecastle deck as well at the very front of the ship. So you want to build this all the way to the front, and the forecastle deck is spelt forecastle. So if you ever see forecastle, it's actually pronounced forecastle. Right? People always want to get confused with that one, or people who pretend they know what they're talking about say it wrong, so it just makes them sound daft. But anyway, that's the forecastle anyway. And there we go. So just build this deck and that deck all the way to the front of the ship, and then we can move on from there. So I shall do a jump cut, and then we shall move on. So back in a moment. Okay, back again. So there's the decks all added. So I've added the deck for the top there, which goes from the very back end of the ship to the very tip of the bow, and I've also done the inside deck as well, which goes from the green line all the way to the front of the ship. I just checked the inside one to show you. That deck goes all the way forward. Can't really see too much, but stuck right. So that's that one, and then of course the top one, which goes from the tip of the stern all the way to the tip of the bow. I just go all the way to the front of the ship to show you that. And there we go. So that goes all the way forward up to that tip of the forecastle at the very front of the ship, like so. There we go. So that's that bit done now. So what we're going to do now is build the front wall of the superstructure. So we're going to go to the front. We're going to go to we're on the front of the ship anyway. We're going to go to where the sides of the ship go up. So it's going to go up by 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 up like that. And then we're going to go to the. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I get this right. 1, 2, 3. I think it's to the 4th block there. I'm not sure. Actually, I'll just double check it, because I think the one I got on the front here is a bit different to the one I got over there. 1, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's that's fine. Let's go to the very top block, which will be this one here. So where it goes up the stairs, 1, 2, 3, 4. From the top block here, the top stair basically, you're going to build inwards. You're going to build inwards 3. So 1, 2, 3. And it's the same on both sides. So this is the right side, that's the left side over there. So in 3, and then build that to the height, or build that down rather, so it's touching the deck below. There you go. So that's 3 in like that, and you can go from the bottom now to make it easier. So it's 3 in like so. And then we want 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're curving the front of the ship, so it's curving forward. So it's 3, 5, and then 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus a centered colour block like so. So there you go, there's the front wall like so. I just do the same on the other side, so it's from the top block in 3, 1, 2, 3, and then build that down to the deck like so, and then it's, what was it, 5, 6, 7, so 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go, up to the centre like that. And then all the walls from the row of 3 all the way to the other side, you're going to build that to 4 high, like so. So just build this freehand quickly. And this is just a preliminary height, because it's going to be extended in height later on as well, so we'll just get what we got for the minute and build that up to a certain height of whatever. Build it to 4 high for now. Like so, and there we go, there's the front wall done like that. And it don't look too bad. So that's that bit done there. So what we're going to do now, we're going to do some pillars and windows. There's going to be a back wall that'll go on in a minute, but we're going to do some pillars first. Because we went from the back to the front, so we're going to go to the back of the ship again to where the decks are all in place. So we've got this overhang now at the back here. I should have done this first, but never mind. We've got this area now which is all enclosed, this overhang here. And what we're going to do, we're going to add some pillars on here. Now, personally, for a white ship, I tend to use end rods for this, but it's up to you how you want to do it. You can use wood fence or other materials which are available, but I'm just going to use end rods for this one. So 2 end rods, 2 high end rods, and we're going to put pillars every 4th block. So I go from the end, we've got this white block pillar here. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and add a pillar. And that's every 4th block. So 1, 2, 3, 4 pillar, 1, 2, 3, 4 pillar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the centre there. So there we go, there's our pillars added to that bit there. And that don't look too bad. And also one last touch is to add a curved block, which is a stair block basically in this corner here. So just get our court stairs there and put it in a corner there, so it creates the curve of sort of an open promenade. So we'll just do the same on the other side quick. We'll add our pillars, so 1, 2, 3, 4 pillar, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it, that's all the pillars done. So that's that little job done there like that, and that looks fine. What we're going to do, just add that corner block again, the stairs in there, and there we go, there's our overhangy dunny bit there. And that don't look too bad. There's our prototype, and there's our non-prototype. There we go, so that's that job done there. Now the next job to do is just add some windows along the side. So from the height, or from the deck that we're on, so from this deck which is the open deck, we're just going to go behind or forward of the open promenade about 3 blocks. So if we go 1 block, or 2nd block above the green, so it's this block here, so 1, 2, 3 blocks forward, make it 4 actually, and then we're going to put glass windows in. So we're going to put those windows in, and we're going to put those in same distance as the pillars, so every 4th block, and these are going to go all the way to the tip of the bow. So this may take a little while, but we'll just put these in every 4th block. I'll do one side, and then I'll do a jump cut to do the other side, or do them after another jump cut. So just quickly, I'll do this as quick as I can and put these windows in every 4th block without screwing it all up, and then we shall move on from there. There's a little bit of detail to go on as well, so just get these all in like so. Like I said, probably can just skip ahead and all do this in your own design pattern if you wish. La 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 la, do 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 do. I really should start putting timestamps in my videos, really, so you don't have to listen to me rabbiting or just watching me build very, very slowly. But you know, part of the entertainment, I suppose, or lack of, makes the videos unique. Anyway, we're near the front anyway, so just get this last few windows in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da, 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 da. And that'll do this, so you don't need to go right the way to the tip, but there's the windows all added there, and that is one side of those windows added there. There will be windows to go on the deck above as well, but we'll sort those out a little bit later on. And there we go, there's that job done there. So like I said, the windows will go on the top deck as on the next deck above. Kind of the same position, but there will also be different style of windows as well, because there's a few 2-block high windows. We'll sort those out later on. What we're going to do now, we're going to go to the back of the ship, the very back of the ship, and we're going to go to the very back end on the top deck here, and we're going to go to the wood block, center wood block there, and from there we're going to count forward to the 59th block, so 59 blocks forward of this point, so to count to block 59, so that's number 1. We're going to count to block 59, so that's 30, 40, 50, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so there we are, block 59, and I'll put a red block there to mark the centre, like so. And then what we want to do is build this back wall here 15 wide, so that is 7 either side, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then forward 3, 1, 2, 3, and then out 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, same the other side, out forward 3, 1, 2, 3, and out 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. That looks fine. And then for the inside window, the inside walls rather, you want to build them forward 7. So from the corner here, build inwards or forward 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and out 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. So there's your back wall like that. Do the same on the other side, forward 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then in 1, 2, 3. There we go. Marvellous. Now what we're going to do now, the very back wall, which is 15 wide, and then the three blocks forward, and then the 7 blocks out. So you're going to build them to 4 blocks high. So I go from the corner here, just build them 4 blocks high like so. So just build them freehand, may as well, saves putting strain on the welded it. Also, using welded it puts a lot of strain on the server, so that's something I'm trying to avoid. There we go, and then out. Like so. There we go, so there's those walls done there, and then the inside walls, the wall 7 forward and 3 out, you're going to build them to 3 high, because the deck will sit on top of these walls, so build them 3 high. Like so. And then where the 4 block high walls end, you're going to build a line of 3 going across to attach to the outside wall, so 1, 2, 3 like that, to create an archway. And there we go, that's a little bit done there. And then do the same the other side, so these walls in here 3 blocks high, like so, and then the archway 1, 2, 3 like that, and there we go. That little job done there. Marvellous. So that last thing, the last thing we want to do now is to add the deck, and then we just go for the back wall. Then you can just start adding the deck from the top line of the blocks. This deck will go from the back end here all the way to the front wall, which we built earlier. And then, well, since the last jump cut anyway, so we just build this back wall, build the back of the deck freehand for a minute, and then just carry on building this deck all the way forward. So I shall do that, and of course the deck will sit on top of these walls here like that. So what I'll do a quick jump cut while I fill in all of that, and then we can move on. So back in a moment. Right, back again. So there's the deck all filled in, and it should look something like that in theory. So that's the front there, back there, so that's all sorted there. So what we're going to do now is to add some details to it. We're going to go to the back of the deck itself, into the corners of the back part here, so you get this bit that sticks out the back here. What we're going to do there is add some stairs. So from these 2 top blocks on the section that goes forward, we're going to remove those 2 blocks there and add some stairs going down. So we're going to get our wood stairs and add them 2 blocks long going down, or 2 blocks wide rather, going down to the deck below, like so. And then the banisters, actually want supports as well, and the banisters 2 up, 2 up, 2 up, like that. There's your back wall like that, and then, well, the back stairs, and the same the other side as well. Remove the top 2 and then build your stairs going down to the deck below, like that. And then block, 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 and then the banisters 2 up, 2 up, 2 up. There we are. And there we go, job done. So that's the stairs done, and then for the sides, which are, well, the sides here. I've not done the windows, have I? Did I do the windows on one side? I can't remember because it's been a day. Yeah, I've done. We'll do this side because the windows on this side are already done. So like I say, these windows here we did earlier. I've not done the ones on the other side. That's what I'm trying to say. Right. So I'll go from this side. So you've got the stairs over there, and the side wall here. What we're going to do is leave a 3-block gap. So 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th block, second block down from the top, we're going to add a window like that. So that's what we're going to start off with. So then we want 12 of these windows with a 2-block gap between them. So that's the first window, and then 2-block gap. We add the second window, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So there's your 12 windows there like that, which are 2 blocks high, and should look something like that. And then for the rest of the way along the side, you just want to add single windows. So 3-block gap. Is it 3-block gap? Yeah, say 3-block gap from the next, from this window at the front of the 12th, this last window, 3-block gap, and just add single windows. So these windows are 1 block down because of course the windows are 2 blocks high. You're now just doing half a window, so just do the bottom half of it, and then you're just going to put these windows all the way along the side. On the prototype, I've realised that they're not in line with each other, but on this one they are. So you can see the ones above are in line with the ones below. You can adjust that actually. So what I'll do, I'll remove those again, and we'll readjust them. So instead of it being a 3-block gap, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5-block gap, 6 blocks back. We'll put a window there, so the windows are overlapping in between rather than over the top. So a bigger gap between the last window of that and the first window of this, and then so how many is that? That's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so it's basically just keep going all the way along. 3, not 3, but 3 gap between each window, all the way along. This is probably the most boring job going. And what I'll do, once I've done all these windows on this side, I shall do a jump cut and do them on the other side. So then I won't have to keep forgetting that I've done something and not done something, if you know what I mean. Right. La 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 dee 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 dee. But yeah, like I was saying, the ones on the prototype are not quite in line, but these ones are not in line either, but they're more evenly spread between the top row and the bottom row. It's just a small pet peeve I have sometimes. Things have to be symmetrical and things have to be lined up properly. But anyway, there's the windows done there like that, and there you go. There's your windows. How they let's say should look, how they looked on the thing that I've just done. And there we go. So you got the 2-block high windows over there, and then the rest of them are all singles. And it don't look too bad. Nah, so that's. Yeah, if you look at the prototype, you can see they're just spaced out by 1 block rather than 2. But yeah, it's a thing. Anyway, that's that job done there. So what I'll do a jump cut again, and what I'll do the other side of windows, and then we'll move on. So back in a moment. Right, back again. So there's our windows done on that side, so that's all symmetrically done on both sides now, so wonderful. Right, what we're going to do now is to add the next section of the ship superstructure. So we'll go to the front wall now, and front wall of superstructure here, and what we're going to do, this front wall we're going to extend up by another 4 blocks. So if we go up 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, and then just do the same all the way across to the other side. So 4 high. Like so, I just do one side and then I'll copy it across just to save a little bit of time. So 4 high, like so. What the hell's that smell? Oh, that's powerful. It wasn't me, by the way. So just go down to the side, like so. At the end here, actually, when we go out to the side, with this row of 4 here, like that, we're just going to build it out to 3 and then 2, like that. So 3, 2. 3, 2, 3, 2, like that. There we are. So it just makes it so you got a little bit of a little corner gap there, like that. So that's that bit done. What I'll do, I will do it freehand actually, just so I can get that other side done. So build this out like this. So the last row of 4, make it 1, 2, 3, and then 2 like that. So you got a little corner block section like that. So then increase it by 4, or 2 rather. Increase it to 2, 4, not rather by 4, but there we go. All the way across, like like that. There we go. So there's our front wall done. I will add doors and windows to this front wall at a later time. I just want to get the superstructure and things out of the way first. So there's the front wall done like that. And then for the side, we're going to put a line at the bottom, the side wall, which is going to be 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like that. And then 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Like so. So it's basically a single line, and then we'll put windows on top of those. So the windows on top, we're going to add 8 windows. So add 8 single, 8 single. So 1 like that, and there's a single block gap between each. So that's 1 window, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then fill in the gaps in between, like so. And then after that, you're going to want to add a 3 block gap, so 1, 2, 3, 2 blocks high, like that. And then you want 1 window, bump, bump, like that. And then you want a 2 gap, 1, 2, like that. And then another single window, like that. And then, it says on my notes a 3 block gap, but well, yeah, I might as well put a 3 block gap, so 1, 2, 3, like that. Make it 3. Like that. Actually, I think 2 would have been fine, wouldn't it? I'll make it 2 actually, so I don't disrupt what I've already done. There we go. So then we add the line across the top, across the top of all the windows, like so, up to the front wall, like that. And there we go. There's the side part done there. And then we do the same on the other side. So it's what is it? It's what is it? 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then the window. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 3 gap. 1, 2, 3, like that, and then the gaps in between as well, actually. And then a 1 window, bump, bump, 2 gap, bump, bump, and then another window, bump, bump, like that, and a 2 gap. There we go. And then the line across the top. And there we go. There's our front part done there, like that. That's all I've done so far. So what I'm going to do, I should do another jump cut because I need to write more down, and also the server's lagging a bit. So I should do a jump cut while I work out what to do next, and then we shall move on. So back in a moment. Okay, back again. So what we're going to do now is move on to the inside walls and the top superstructure, the top deck of the superstructure. So what we're going to do, go back to the outside walls we just built with the windows. From the end of the wall, which is this line of 14, I'm going to build inwards 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that, and then build that to 3 high. 1, 2, 3 high, like that. Where I said in the previous one this line was 14, now we can extend it to 15 because there's going to be a little bit of trim there just to sort of hide this section. Not really hide it, just sort of make this bit longer. So you've got the 5 in like that, and then you're going to build a line down the length of the ship, 101 blocks long. So that's 1 block there. I want to build it 101 long. So it's going to be 3 blocks high and 101 long. So I'll build it freehand, like so. Da -da 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 -da, dee -dee -dee -dee. Oh, missed one. So how far that is 90. And that is now 101. There we go. So it's 101 like that. And then after that you want to build a line of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. And then inwards 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Plus a colour block like so. Marvellous. And then what you want to do the same on the other side. And then also increase those walls to 3 high as well. So I'll do that in a second. I'll just build the other side first. So at the end of the 14, build in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then build that to 3 high, and then add that line there, and then add the line of 101. So I'm doing this freehand again, and then I will do welded it. I'll build the walls up to their respective height. Then you can start adding the doors or windows as well, just to make life a little bit easier. Oh, I think I've gone too far. How far is that? That is 101. There we go. So 101 and then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 13 in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There we go. So there's your foundations done. And like I say, just build these walls to 3 high now. So 3 high all the way across to the other side. And like I say, I'm just going to use welded it for a little bit just to get this little job out of the way. Oh, missed one. Yeah. And then all the way down the side. And there we go, there's one side done. It should look something like that. I'll just quickly do the other side as well. Dooby-dooby-doo, dooby-dooby-doo, dooby-dooby-doo-boo-boo. And then the last bit there. Like so, there we go, there's our walls all done, all 3 blocks high. And it should look something like that. Marvellous. Now what we're going to do now is to add the outline for the deck itself, which would be an overhang over the top of the inside walls. So if we go back to the line, well, this side wall here with the windows on, go to the top line there like so, and we're going to extend that to, or extend it by 102, so that's the first block again, and just build it 102 blocks long. So we're going to create an overhang out the side here, so there's going to be a sort of an open promenade here. If you look on the prototype, well, actually it's not a very good idea, prototype's too far away, but there's that area there, that open deck there, so 102 is what we require. And I will come back to those inside walls in a minute just to build some of the doors and windows. It's the usual guff of what I normally do though, it's just same layout. But anyway, there's the 102 like that. And then after that you want 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that, and then you want inwards. Actually I didn't build an inwards, did I? Well, build inwards anyway to the centre. So that's, how far is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Plus 1, so it's 18 plus 1 to the centre like that. And it's straight back across like so, and then do the same the other side. So it's 102 again. So first block at the top like that, so it's the top line. And then 102 back all the way again. Rather time consuming and boring, but you know, it gets there. Got a bit too far there, and that is 102, that's fine, and then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 18 in, wasn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And there we go, so that's that little job done there. You can probably start adding the deck now, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to do some details on the outside first. So from the end of the row of 5 here, what we're going to do, the last 3 blocks, these last 3 here, you're going to build these down to the deck below like so. So it creates the sort of the end of the open promenade. And then on the top block closest, or top block on the inside, you're going to build an upside down stair block like that. And then between this back pillar here and the front wall, or the front of this overhang, we're going to build a wall. So build 2 blocks there for the front of for the back end of the wall, and then just add the wall all the way along the side, like so. So you've got a 2 block gap between the bottom and the top overhang. So let's build this freehand again, and then this is what the pillars will stand on. So we just build the side wall first. Oh, there we go. So there we go. There's that bit done there. And then what we can do now is add a stair block again in the corner here, on the bottom, and a stair block there to create the curve of the open promenade. You can't really see it from any angle really because it's so bloody, everything's white, which is the problem. But there we go. And then we'll get our either end rods, which I used on the prototype, and on the stairs. We'll use our end rods, and we'll do the same thing again. So every 3rd block. So count the stair block as 1. So it's 1, 2, 3 on the 4th block. Add our pillar, and I don't know how many pillars exactly, but just keep going along until you get to the end, and without doing any damage. Like so, so pillars everywhere. 2 blocks high and on top of each other, not to the side of each other. Out to the side. And another one of those really repetitive, boring jobs, but then again, it is one of my tutorials, and that's pretty much all it is. It's just repeat. You know, everything is do things once, do things twice, and then repeat. And that works out quite well that way. And there you go. There's all the pillars added. Get to a certain angle to see how it looks, and it should look something like that. Marvelous. So you just do the same, all that same stuff on the other side. So I'll just do the. We'll add the 3 blocks at the end. So 3 down. Like so, and then the wall along the bottom. I'll word edit this bit because otherwise I'll be here all day. Up to the end there, like so. Set quartz, and then stair block at the end, and then it's the pillar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. You can probably skip this bit if you want. Skip about an hour ahead, and it should be okay. I could just do a copy paste, but nah. But once you've done the pillars, you just go ahead and add the deck. The deck, as usual, again, just go from the back end up there, and the deck will sit on top of the inside walls, and everything should work out fine. But that's the theory, anyway. This will be the last part as well for this part. Not sure what to do with part 3 just yet. There we go. There's our pillars all added there, like so. And they don't look too bad. So what's the next job to do? The next job is just to add windows and doors. So we just go back to the front of the inside walls. Now I just get the main process started. So from this side, this inside wall here, we just add a pair of doors here like so, and then add about 6 to 8 windows, 2 blocks apart. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 windows, and then a pair of doors, and then another 8 windows, and then a pair of, it's the same process. So 8 windows, pair of doors, 8 windows, pair of doors. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then a pair of doors like that, and then the same again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then a pair of doors, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, and 8, and then a pair of doors, and that'll do. So there's the design all the way down the side. And it don't look too bad. And also across the back, it's up to you what you want to do here. So I'll just put windows, just windows across the back. I'll go up to the centre line. So a window just before the centre like that. And there you go. There's one side of all the doors and windows done there like that. And it shouldn't look too bad. So what I'll do now, quickly start adding the deck. I'll start adding the deck, and then I'll do a jump cut. And what I'll do, I'll get the deck done, and then add the windows on the other side during the jump cut, just to get that one out of the way. So once again, like I say, just start adding the deck in this bit like that. I've also noticed I've just missed out the upside down stair block there. See how that's fine, and then we just carry on adding the deck. And then like I say, so carry on this deck from the back here all the way to the front, and then that'll be that. So what I'll do a jump cut when I sort that, and then we'll move on. So back in a minute. Okay, back again. So there's all the doors and windows and the deck added. So like I say, the doors and windows are all done in here. Good thing about these end rods, they do provide a little bit of light, so don't look all too dark down there. And yeah, so the deck's done, windows, pillars, doors, and things all done like that, and that's those decks done as well. So that's what I'm going to do for today. For next part, this is part 2, isn't it? So for part 3, we'll do the next phase of the superstructure, which will be the wheelhouse and the supporting decks around that, and also the deck house that will support the funnels. There's also a deck house that goes on the stern, which will support the docking bridge and other things, and maybe start some of the other details as well. Also a deck house on the bow as well, so I may do that one. So we'll see how things go. But this is that. Well, that's that for now. So this is Rich signing off, looking off, disappearing, and I shall return in part 3. So bye for now.